A very good morning, Zimbabwe. A very good morning, Africa. And my name is Ronald Makusha. I'm here so that we can talk, so that we can have a discussion. Queen Elizabeth passed on yesterday, the 8th of September, and we've seen different opinions. We've seen different discussions regarding the death, the history, the life of Her Majesty, the Queen. And let us take a look on what Julius Malema had to say together with his party, the Economic Freedom Fighters of South Africa. And let us take a look on this very, very important message, which we cannot ignore because it has gone viral. If you look worldwide, it has gone viral. Everybody is talking about it because it's a very, very, very powerful statement, and a statement which most Africans cannot avoid or ignore. So as you can see right here on my screen, I have put it right here on my screen. This is the statement from the Economic Freedom Fighters, and I need to go through this statement with you because it's very, very, very important that we take a look, a very close look on it without fear, without favor, or any bias. So a lot of people, especially the heads of states in Africa, they're actually celebrating the, the life of Her Majesty, the Queen, and various opinions, different opinions um, have been seen. Let me try to use another method here to put it on the screen because my network is failing me. So just please just be patient while I try to use another method to actually put it right here on the screen. So because I need you to actually see what is on the statement itself. So yeah, just be patient for a while. Let me put it right here on the screen. Right, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. So I'm using another method. Put it right here on the screen. Right, it's here with us. So I'm going to actually read this statement. I'm going to go through this statement, and I hope we'll be able to do so together. So this is the EFF statement on the death of Queen Elizabeth II, and let us take a look on it. They are actually saying that the economic freedom fighters note the death of Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor, the Queen of the United Kingdom and the ceremonial head of state of several countries that were colonized by the United Kingdom. Elizabeth ascended to the throne in 1952, reigning for 70 years as a head of an institution built up, sustained, and living off a brutal legacy of dehumanization of millions of people across the world. And this is a very, very, very powerful introduction we are witnessing here, or we are seeing here from the economic freedom fighters. Yeah, they went on to say, we do not mourn the death of Elizabeth because to us, her death is a reminder of a tragic period in this country and Africa's history. Britain, under the leadership of the royal family, took over control of the territory that would become South Africa in 1795 from Batavian control, and took permanent control of the territory in 1806. From that moment onwards, native people of this land have never known peace or have never enjoyed the fruits of the riches of this land. Riches were and still are utilized for enrichment of the British royal family and those who look like them. From 1811, when Sir John Cradock declared war against Amaxhosa in the Zulu Veld, in what is known as the Eastern Cape, up to 1906, when the British crushed the Babata Rebellion. Our interaction with Britain under the leadership of British royal family has been one of pain and suffering, of the death and dispossession, and of dehumanization of African people. We remember how Mcele died in the aftermath of the Fifth Frontier War, how King Hinsa was killed like a dog on the 11th of May, 1835. During the Sixth Frontier War, and had his body mutilated and had taken to Britain as a trophy. It was also the British royal family that sanctioned the actions of Cecil John Rhodes, who plundered this country, Zimbabwe, and Zambia. And let me find other one here, the continuation of this later. Right. It's becoming slow to come right on my screen. So let me, okay, let me put the last part on the screen here. The system I'm using today is quite slow. Right, it's here. The royal family from the brutal mutilation of people of Kenya, whose valiant resistance of British colonialism invited vile responses from Britain. In Kenya, Britain built concentration camps and suppressed with such inhuman brutality the Mau Mau rebellion, killing Dedan Kimathi on the 18th of February 1957, while Elizabeth was already queen. So this is the basis of the argument of the EFF South Africa in their address to the demise of the Queen Elizabeth II. And they went on to say, we do not mourn the death of Elizabeth because, okay, I think I'm repeating this one. Let me close this one. Yes. Right. This family plundered India via the East India Company. It took over control and oppressed the people of Caribbean island, and their thirst for riches led to the famine that caused millions of people to die in Bengal, and their racism led to the genocide of Aboriginal people in Australia. Elizabeth Windsor, during her lifetime, never acknowledged these crimes that Britain and her family in particular perpetrated across the world. In fact, she was a proud flag bearer of these atrocities because during her reign, uh, when the people of Yemen rose to protest against British colonialism in 1963, Elizabeth ordered a brutal suppression of that uprising. During her 70-year reign as queen, she never once acknowledged the atrocities that her family inflicted on native people that Britain invaded across the world. She willingly benefited from the wealth that was attained from the exploitation and made of millions of people across the world. The British royal family stands on shoulders of millions of slaves who were shipped away from the continent to serve the interests of racist white capital accumulation, at the center of which lies the British royal family. If there is really life and justice after death, may Elizabeth and her assistants get what they deserve. And it was signed by the economic freedom fighters. So this is the statement which has gone viral, which everybody across the world is actually speaking about, is actually having a discussion about. And this is a very, very, very strong message to the British royal family from the economic freedom fighters led by Julius Malema. So we have seen various opinions, a lot of people. We've seen Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of the Republic of South Africa, actually issuing a statement and sending his condolence messages to the people of Britain and the entire world. We've seen various people sending condolence messages. However, the people, the Pan Africans, are actually sending a different message, and they are actually not happy because of failure by the royal family to actually acknowledge the atrocities and actually deal with the problems which were created by the royal family, which were supported by the royal family, etc., etc. So this is it in Zimbabwe, Team Africa, and beyond. I have just decided to come with this issue so that we can actually talk about it. I hope that you have managed to see the letters. You have managed to read these letters. I have tried to put them right here on the screen for you to be able to actually read So this is a very, very powerful statement, a very powerful letter from EFF South Africa, led by Julius Malema. So without wasting much of your time, I think I have tried to exhaust. I think I have tried to actually share with you what is happening. So your opinion is very important. In the comment section, please tell me, what do you think? How do you view this story, this issue being raised by the economic freedom fighters of Queen Elizabeth II? Because it's a very sensitive story. It's a very it's also a very important issue which we cannot ignore, a story which we can't turn a blind eye on. And a lot of people, Pan-Africanists, we have seen them actually coming out to speak about these issues and these atrocities. And we are seeing so many messages coming to the EFF to say this is a good stance. This is a stance which Africa should take. We have seen opposition to the people or to the African head of states who are planning to actually go and attend this funeral. We have seen a lot of people actually saying there is no need for African head of states to actually go there to attend that funeral because they'll be sanitizing the brutality, the atrocities which happened in Africa. So these are different opinions, various opinions being raised by the people, by the African people who feel that they were humiliated at a certain point in time, who feel that they were not respected at a certain point in time. And your opinion is of very, very great importance. I haven't seen your comments yet on this platform so that I can know what do you think about this whole issue. Please, in the comment section, tell me, how do you feel as an African? Does the death of Queen Elizabeth make a difference? What is your opinion regarding this? Can't we just say rest in peace? And can't we coexist? Should we continue to hold on to what the history offered to us? I don't know. This is about you. Please tell me your opinion through the comment section. My name is Ronald Makusha, Africa and Beyond Television Networks here present. And I'm glad that I'm able to actually come each and every day speaking about what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe, Africa, and beyond the borders, especially Africa, beyond the African borders, because we are now living in a global economy, a global world where everybody is connected on social media. So this is it, my friends, my family, and everyone else who is actually following us here. We have a new platform, Yakanzimuku Online News. Please go on that platform. Please make sure that you follow, make sure that you like, you comment, and also you subscribe on that beautiful platform. We are going to roll out various programs on that platform, and we are going to look into various matters which affect the communities, especially in Zimbabwe and Africa, on that platform. So thank you very much for coming. It has been a pleasure being with you. It has been a pleasure actually talking to the people of Africa. So Mary Ruth Kuyenda, and this is the time to be okay. Let me put it right here on the screen. This is the time to be doing this. And is this the time to be doing this? Should this not have been dealt with over the years from time African nations became independent? Mary Ruth Kuyenda, this is a very important question, and that is also my opinion. But let us remember that the heads of states which are in power at this moment in time have not addressed these issues, have failed to address these issues. There was a call for a very long time for the heads of states in Africa to unite, work together, and make sure that they raise these issues on international forums. They approach these issues with a different view. However, a lot of them are being accused of being puppets, are being accused of actually dancing according to the tune of the former colonial masters. That is the accusation. If you look at the party, the economic freedom fighters, they are not in power, which means they cannot pursue this matter in a different way, because there is another head of state who is Cyril Ramaphosa in South Africa who can actually oppose it on an international level. And these issues are supposed to be raised through the United Nations and through the international forums. But those who are heading Africa at this moment in time, have failed to actually facilitate for that. So this is my opinion. I don't know your opinion. I believe that these issues were supposed to have been solved a very long time ago, but because of the African leaders who are weak, the African leaders who are not serious and who are not ready, they are actually raising these issues are being raised by people who are not in power. But let us take a look on countries like Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has been opposed to the British rule. Zimbabwe has been opposed to the British people for a very long time. However, after the demise of Robert Mugabe, the current leadership is failing to actually pursue that path. However, we also Emerson Mnangagwa meeting with Tony Blair and actually announcing that they have started a new page in terms of having Zimbabwe and British relations. So you can actually see that the pursuit of these matters is becoming difficult because of the issue of diplomacy, is becoming difficult because of the need for acknowledgement, because our leaders need to be acknowledged by the West, need to be approved by the West. That is the reason why they cannot actually speak out. The majority of them, they rely on advice, on everything from the West. They are failing to actually deal with these issues at home and making sure that they empower themselves. They work with their own people. That is my opinion. I don't know your opinion. Thank you very much for coming on this platform, Africa and Beyond Television Networks, EFF, Zimbabwean supporters, as well as Muku Online News. So this is it. My name is Ronald Wekwamakusha. Let us meet in other programs and other episodes as we explore what is really happening in the nation of Zimbabwe, Africa, and beyond. Okay, this is another contribution. Headlines should have been grabbed over the years. If EFF then should be taking this up with the African leaders rather than a mere statement going viral. Does this push the African leaders into action? Indeed, what is going to happen, Mary, is that the reaction of the African people, the masses on the ground, is so important at this moment in time, because the masses are actually resonating with what EFF is saying. If you go on to social media, look at the people who were opposing EFF and look at what they're actually commenting on this statement. They're actually agreeing and taking a different stand, and they are actually looking into this statement to actually show the world what the Africans heads of state should be actually doing. So at this moment in time, the timing might be wrong. The statement might be, could have been put on a different platform or on a different level. But if you look at the opinion right now, Africans are actually resonating. General Africans are actually resonating with what the EFF is saying, and that does have a political impact in terms of what is the future of the EFF, what is the future of Africa, what is the future of the people of the African race. So that is what is very important, because remember, EFF is pushing to be in power, and if they manage to get into power in 2024, it's a very very turn in terms of how African politics is being done. You are going to see a different African Union, a different SADC, a different African continent altogether, because they will be having an input as a country. So you can actually see that this statement does have a bearing on the future of Africa. This might be, we might find no remedy in terms of what happened during that colonial period, but we have to know that there is a future to live. And these statements and this position being taken by EFF does have a bearing on where the African continent is going. Look at how the Africans are actually resonating with the issue of one Africa, resonating with the issue of Africa actually owning its own resources. That should tell you a message. If you go all over the world, the African continent, we are seeing EFF taking a stand. EFF actually grabbing positions and space in the politics of Africa. And that is very, very, very key. And is Malema not politicizing the death to gain momentum for his party to take over governance in South Africa? Okay, if it's a political stance, then that's something else. Yes, this is the reason why I said this is political. We have to know that the EFF ideology stands on an independent Africa, one Africa, a decolonized Africa. That is the stand of EFF. And this has managed to actually give the EFF a much stronger position on the African continent at this moment in time, especially in South Africa as they head towards 2024 elections. And this is going to have a bearing on the future, on the politics of South Africa, and anything else. So anybody who continues to be viewed as a Western puppet is likely going to lose in 2024. So Cyril Ramaphosa has failed that test. That is the reason why you have seen the ANC is actually pushing for the removal of Cyril Ramaphosa, because they believe that he is going to make them lose elections in 2024 in South Africa. So this is a political move made by Julius Malema, and he's gotten the African region support. He's gotten the support of most Pan-Africans, and let us take a look at what is going to happen next. We are going to continue to observe what is going to happen next in the South African politics, as well as the African politics in general. So at this moment, EFF is now influential, is now everywhere, and everybody is talking about Pan-Africanism, is talking about ownership of the resources of Africa. So my name is Ronald Makusha. Let me take this opportunity to sign out because I have overstayed here. I was supposed to have a few minutes, but I've gone past 20 minutes. So it has been a pleasure being with you. It has been a pleasure actually interacting and actually talking to you, the people of Zimbabwe, Africa, and beyond. So let us meet in other programs and other episodes.